Next week on Days of Our Lives.
I just want you to get out of here. Too late for that.
Oh my god. Owen Kent.
Oh my god. Salem is burning right now and I am not okay. If you watched this week and your jaw wasn't on the floor at least 3 times, I genuinely don't know what show you've been watching. Because that promo, that 60-second slice of pure chaos they just dropped for next week, I've watched it 7 times. 7. And every single time I catch something new that makes me want to flip a table. So buckle up, grab your coffee or honestly, something stronger because we are going deep today. We're not just recapping what's coming, we're dissecting it, connecting it to Salem's messy, glorious history, and I'm going to give you my hottest takes, my wildest theories. And yes, I'm going to tell you exactly which storyline I am done with and which one has me completely hooked. Let's go. 1. The Owen Kent situation. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Or rather, the obsessed kidnapper in the room. Owen Kent is back. Now pause. Take a breath. Owen Kent, the hospital orderly, the stalker, the guy who kidnapped Stephanie Johnson the first time around in what has to be one of the most underrated creepy villain arcs this show has done in the last decade. He's back. And the promo gives us this absolutely chilling line, "I love you, Stephanie, but you have been unfaithful to me." And faithful to a man she never even had a relationship with. You can't make this up. This is textbook delusional attachment disorder written right into a soap opera character. And honestly, chef's kiss from a storytelling perspective. Because here's what makes Owen genuinely terrifying in a way that a lot of Days villains aren't. He doesn't see himself as the villain. He believes he is the wrong party. He believes Stephanie owes him loyalty. That specific brand of delusion is so much scarier than someone who just wants power or money. But here's where I have questions. Real, logical. I've been watching this show for years. Questions. Owen disappeared. He was caught. He was dealt with, and years passed. So what exactly has he been doing this whole time? Has he been sitting somewhere, stewing, watching Stephanie from a distance, cataloging every relationship she's been in as a personal betrayal? And if so, why now? What was the trigger? Because I just snapped one day is not enough for me. I need the writers to give us something concrete. Was it seeing her with Alex? Was it the book she wrote that apparently has details Jeremy recognized immediately? Was it something else entirely? Speaking of which, let's talk about the fan theories in the comments because you guys are sharp. Several people are already pointing out that Jeremy knowing about the book is suspicious as hell. One commenter put it perfectly. Jeremy either knows who's been stalking Stephanie this whole time, or he is genuinely the most oblivious person alive. And let's be real, Jeremy has never struck me as oblivious. So what does he actually know? And more importantly, what is his play here? I think, and this is me going full tinfoil hat, I think Jeremy figured out Owen's identity but didn't immediately tell anyone because he saw an opportunity. An opportunity to be Stephanie's hero. To swoop in, save the day, and remind her why she once loved him. That is absolutely a Jeremy move. Selfish, short-sighted, and wrapped in just enough genuine feeling to make it complicated. And you know what? I'm kind of here for it, even though I want to shake him. Now, here's my comparison to history for you. Remember when Bo and Hope were still in their prime and this show used to do these danger as a catalyst for reunion storylines constantly? The kidnapping, the rescue, the emotional breakdown in each other's arms. Days has always used physical peril as a shortcut to emotional intimacy. And it works. It's formulaic, yes, but it works because we are emotionally invested in these characters. So the real question isn't whether Stephanie gets out of this. She will. She's a legacy character. She's not dying in a basement. The real question is who rescues her and what that moment costs everyone involved. And look, the comments are pretty split on this. Some of you want Alex to be the one to find her. Some of you are rooting for Jeremy's redemption arc. Personally, I want it to be complicated. I want both of them to show up. I want it to be messy. That's the Days I fell in love with. 2. Who is in the pod? Okay, moving on to the other mystery consuming the fandom right now. The pod. What is in the pod? Days of Our Lives. The theories are flying everywhere, and honestly, some of them are wild in the best possible way. The most popular one right now is Lexie Carver. Now, bringing back Lexie would be, look, let me be diplomatic here, bold. Extremely bold. Because Lexie's death was one of the most emotionally devastating things this show has done in recent memory. She had a brain tumor. She said goodbye. Her family grieved. Abe was broken. If you bring Lexie back in a pod, you are essentially saying all of that grief was manufactured. And that is a storytelling choice that needs to pay off in a massive way, or the audience will not forgive you. But here's the other theory I've seen floating around Abigail. And honestly, this makes more narrative sense to me right now. Abby's death created storyline ripples that are still being felt. Chad is part of the canvas. Her children are there. Bringing Abby back would have immediate, concrete consequences that would touch multiple characters across the canvas simultaneously. That's how you use a resurrection storyline responsibly. But I want to throw out a third option that I haven't seen many people discuss. What if it's someone we're not expecting at all? Someone whose return connects to whatever EJ is clearly cooking up. Because that shot of EJ at the end of the promo looking menacing, looking calculating, that's not an accident. EJ doesn't just lurk dramatically in shadows unless he's involved in something huge. And EJ has a history with pods, let's be honest. With secret rooms. With people dying and not quite dying. This is a man who has come back from the dead himself. If anyone in Salem has both the motive and the resources to be connected to a resurrection pod, it is Edward James DiMera. 3. Sophia and the thing I am done with. Alright. I promised I'd be honest. I promised I'd give you real opinions. So here it is. I am tired of Sophia. I know that's controversial. I know there are fans who are invested in this storyline. But let's be real for a second, the character has been written in circles for a while now, and the fandom frustration in the comments is palpable. Multiple people are just begging for someone to stop her. Melinda in particular is getting called out for being completely blind to what's happening right in front of her. Here's my actual frustration with the Sophia situation. It's not the actress. The actress is clearly talented enough that the writers keep giving her material. The problem is the character has been allowed to operate without real consequences for too long. In a soap opera, the villains that we love to hate, Stefano, Vivian, Arlie, Sammy, Brady, they always had a reckoning coming. You could feel it building. Right now, Sophia's storyline doesn't feel like it's building towards something inevitable. It feels like it's being sustained artificially. And Melinda trusting her, that's where I lose the plot entirely. Melinda Trask is supposed to be one of the shrewdest women in Salem. She prosecuted people for years. She reads people for a living. The idea that she's being played this completely by Sophia requires me to suspend more disbelief than I have available right now. Give Melinda her eyes back, writers. Please. For Holly and the vitamins. Okay, quick but important, Holly and those vitamins. Someone in the comments said test those vitamins, and I literally said yes out loud to my empty apartment. Because Holly's slow decline has been so subtle that I think some casual viewers might have missed how significant it actually is. Something is wrong. Physically wrong. And if those vitamins are the source, which the show has been strongly implying, then we have a deliberate poisoning situation. Which means someone in Holly's immediate orbit wants her sick, wants her weakened, wants her either dead or completely dependent on them. Who benefits from Holly being incapacitated? That's your question for the week. Sit with it. 5. The big picture and what's coming. Here's what I love about where Days is heading right now, and I want to end on this because it's genuinely exciting. The pacing is better. Multiple people in the comments noted it, and they're right. This week felt tighter, more purposeful, more like every scene was earning its place in the episode. When you've got the Owen Kent kidnapping, the pod mystery, Sophia's schemes, EJ go in full DiMera villain mode, and Holly's health crisis all running simultaneously, that is a lot of plate spinning. The fact that it doesn't feel scattered right now is a credit to whoever is holding the narrative together behind the scenes. EJ looking menacing at the end of that promo is my image of the week. That man could stare into a camera and make me nervous for Salem's entire population. He's playing something long. He's always playing something long. Who is using Maggie? That's the thread I haven't fully pulled yet, and I think it might be the one that unravels everything. Next week is going to be, I'm going to say it, unmissable, which is a word I reserve carefully because I've been burned before. But the momentum is real. The drama is real. And if the writers stick the landing on even half of what's being set up, Salem is about to become the most dangerous city in America again. I am here for it. Drop your theories in the comments. I want to know who you think is in the pod. I want to know if you trust Jeremy. And I want to know if you're as done with Sophia as most of us are, or if you're actually rooting for her. Because honestly, no judgment. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay dramatic, Salem fans.